COVID-19, a name that impacted every household in some way or the other. I am sure either you, your family, or someone in your circle would have been impacted by COVID. Do you know that there has been one homeopathic remedy which was widely used across the globe in COVID situation? Ministry of Ayush from Government of India recommended this drug in their standard guidelines for COVID cases. Yes, we are talking about Arsenic Album. Arsenic is poisonous in its natural form, but after potentization, it proved to be a wonder drug for COVID-19. But have you ever thought why this medicine worked in COVID cases? The answer lies in the personality of arsenic constitution. So please watch this video till the end to know more about the most commonly found features of arsenic personality.
Disclaimer. This video contains information on homeopathic remedy. The purpose of creating this video is to spread information and knowledge about this remedy. We strongly discourage any self-consumption of medicine without a qualified doctor's consultation.
Hello friends, welcome to another video by Visual Designers. Let's start our discussion on Arsenic Album. But before proceeding, we will see which symptoms of arsenic matched with the symptoms of COVID cases. No doubt that the physical symptoms of COVID cases found similar to that of arsenic personality, but mental symptoms are also a key here. It would be interesting to think that how does a COVID patient behaves when he gets the news of his or her infection. If we have to summarize it in 2 words, it would be anxiety and fear in most cases. These two are the key features of arsenic personality. So let us dwell deeper how exactly is the arsenic personality. Arsenicum individuals are independent by nature. They make up their own mind and then stick to it. They tend to be one-pointed in their activities. Whatever is dear to them, they pursue thoroughly. Arsenicum has a strong willpower and confidence when it comes on expressing their viewpoint and implementing their desires. The one-pointedness of Arsenicum is accompanied by a certain degree of inflexibility in most cases. This may result in a lack of openness to the opinion of others and an intolerance of different attitudes and lifestyles. The another thing that one will notice in Arsenicum individual is its fastidiousness. Means the person is very attentive to and concerned about accuracy and detail and very concerned about matters of cleanliness. This is the first thing that we found in all the individuals during the pandemic. We all become very concerned about cleanliness, always trying to disinfect our surrounding, our hands, etc. Arsenicum are the most fastidious of all constitutional types. They have an attention for detail that is unsurpassed. Arsenicum is a perfectionist, particularly with regard to the final appearance, whether it be a bookshelf, painting, their house, or their appearance. They want everything perfect and won't be able to rest until the things are at proper place. They impose their meticulous standards upon those around them. They tend to practice what they preach. Another feature of arsenic individual is the feeling of insecurity. The insecurity of arsenicum is more on a physical plane, leading to the characteristic frugality or downright meanness when it comes on spending money, especially upon others. Arsenic people tend to keep tight hold on the purse strings. They have a tendency to collect or hoard almost any spare item that may one day come in useful. Hence it is said that arsenic individuals are miser, avarice and greedy. This in turn makes them selfish. The selfishness of arsenicum is more global in that it tends to manifest as a general tendency to put self before others. It is as though arsenicum feels that they cannot afford to be generous either physically or emotionally. They may need whatever they have in future. At the extreme end of arsenicum's range, there are individuals who are cruel and have no feelings at all for others. Arsenicums are usually proud people. Due to this quality, they become contemptuous, critical and censorious. For arsenic individuals, family life can become a highly valued focus throughout their life. One quality that Arsenicum demands in any relationship is respect. He or she will give to the relationship as long as the giving is mutual. Arsenic has too much of self-respect to allow anybody to dominate or take advantage. Arsenicums take their duties very seriously and feel genuinely concerned for their loved ones' welfare. Although Arsenicum individuals tend not to be very expressive of tender feelings, they will always be there for their family in times of stress and can make excellent counselors when family and friends are in trouble. Since they are sensible, intelligent, and have a strong sense of values, as well as a desire to help those that are close to them. We have drawn a broad picture of Arsenicum's normal behavior. Let us take a pause here and try to dig slightly deeper into this behavior. Can you guess why is arsenic so fastidious about everything? Let's take an example of fastidious behavior towards cleanliness or hygiene. An arsenic can easily think that a little bit of dirt will cause him to fall sick or bring in a great allergy. Therefore, there is fear of illness which causes anxiety and translates into his fastidious behavior. Arsenicums try to create order in their environment in an attempt to allay anxiety. Arsenicum is motivated by a fear of chaos, physical disintegration, and fear of opinion of others. They feel anxious if their work and their environment is not perfect. Next, we also spoke of arsenic being frugal, miser, greedy, and avarice. Such behavior roots from unrealistic fear of poverty and destitution. So almost every behavior, every action of Arsenicum can be traced to some kind of fear and anxiety of unpleasant and unknown events. Now let us look at how an arsenic personality transitions into a disease state. Once again, we'll take the example of arsenic's fastidiousness. When their own high standards are not adhered to by others, Arsenicum tends to feel resentful. Since most of the people are not as fastidious as Arsenicum, circumstances which generate resentment are liable to occur every day, producing in many cases a kind of sourness as the accumulated resentment trickles out little by little. Arsenicums are most liable to become irritated and angry by untidiness, inefficiency, and waste. The more sophisticated Arsenicum individuals learn to hide their irritation and anger most of the times. This effort to suppress anger and irritation leads to accumulation of bitterness, which may pour forth in either physical or verbal aggression when the irritation is too great to ignore. Anxiety is a prime feature of arsenic personality. Most arsenicums are well in control of their life and can absorb a lot of stress before their defense mechanism breaks down. It is only when life has dealt arsenicum a few heavy blows that they begin to fall prey to anxiety in a big way. Under continued stress, arsenicum is liable to develop anxiety to a far greater extent. Anxiety suddenly becomes overwhelming and the person ceases to function rationally. In arsenicums, the anxiety will focus upon the characteristic fears of illness, death, and poverty. However, a really anxious arsenicum can become afraid of just about anything. The most obvious thing about a very anxious arsenicum person is his restlessness, which drives him from place to place. They become extremely agitated and cannot keep still for a moment. Some arsenicum people are so hypochondriacal that they end up doing the rounds of doctors, rejecting each one in turn because they fail to recognize the deadly disease the patient is sure he has. The slightest symptom may convince the anxious arsenicum that he has cancer and send him to the doctor to be saved if it is not too late. Due to anxiety, the patient becomes irritable and gets angry over his caretaker. Arsenicum individuals can't tolerate pain and so they desire quick relief from their pain. There is indifference from recovery. There is lamentation. Patient screams with pain. When the anxiety increases, there are thoughts of death and of the incurability of his complaints. Thoughts crowd upon him. He is too weak to keep them off or to hold on to one idea. That is, he lies in bed tormented day and night by depressing ideas and distressing thoughts. Even relatively well-balanced arsenicums have fear of death that haunts them from time to time. There is aversion to meet acquaintances because the patient imagines that he has formerly offended them. There is great mental depression, great sadness, melancholy, despair of recovery. Patient goes into a state of insanity that take on first a state of anxiety, restlessness and fear. Fear is a strong element in the mental state. Fear to be alone, fear something is going to injure him when he is alone, fear of death, full of horror. He dreads solitude and wants company because in company he can talk and put off the fear. But as the insanity increases, he fails to appreciate company and the fear comes in spite of it. He has a violent increase of his fear and horror in the dark and when going to bed. The patient feels that some unusual evil or something terrible is going to happen to him. As a consequence of fright, there is inclination to commit suicide. So this was our presentation on arsenic today. If you have found value in this video, please don't forget to like and share it with others. If you have not subscribed to our channel, please do so now. Please comment and provide your valuable feedback. Thanks for watching. Bye.